Hey, good evening. It's Tuesday, June 21st. It's the first day of summer if you live in the northern hemisphere, so we just experienced the longest amount of sunlight in the year. Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the shortest day and your winter is starting. But again, it's a sign of God's faithfulness and his covenant commitment to us that we could bank on it. And that's always what I mark these changing of the seasons, because it's so important for us. Welcome to Everyday Talk 24/7, and so great to have you along tonight. I want to pick up what we talked about last week about choice, because it's so significant for us. God made us with the capacity to choose. He validates this with his sovereign plan and will. He's sovereign over all. The sovereign Lord said that you and I have choices to make that are valid and significant. And he's sovereign over all of it. Now, that's bigger than what I could comprehend. But that's because I'm not God. And I'm grateful for that. And he makes it all work. So I'm going to either trust what I can figure out, or I'm going to trust what God can figure out, that my choices matter. But here is the framework for that. My choices matter if I take into account God is the one who made me. See, when I start ignoring the person of God and start making my own choices as if I were the one that matters, my preferences, my wants, my desires, my needs, that's where everything gets out of whack. Proverbs 16, verse 25 says this: there is a way that seems right to each person, but the end leads in death. That's because in our own world, if all that we do is choose on the basis of the little box that you and I can create based on our ability to have and form what is real and what's not, based upon our ability to decide what is the right thing to do and what's not the right thing to do, we may have something that seems right, but it leads to death. One of the most classic examples to that is we see in the person of Lot, who made, on what appears to be, a very wise choice. The thumbnail tonight is of a beautiful area, which looks like a garden, well-watered plain, very similar perhaps to what Lot looked at when he saw the city of Sodom. His uncle Abram gave him a choice. You can go this way or this way. I'll go the other way. You make the choice. Lot looks around. He sees the desert. He's tired of the nomadic life. He sees this beautiful area which is described like the garden of the gods. It's well watered. It's got civilization. He says, that's where I'm going to go. And so he chose. He didn't listen to his uncle. He didn't ask what God wanted to do. He didn't have any other priority except what seemed wise to him. He followed the three basic rules of real estate: location, location, location. And he made what have been a choice that have been applauded by people. This is really smart, Lot. You've got a city, you've got protection, you've got water. You don't have to wander around in tents anymore. You're going to be safe. The problem was that the people of Sodom thought just like Lot did. They made choices based upon what they thought was right. Lot settled in there. Apparently he was doing well. He was accepted by the community. He ignored the practices of that community, which were in fact a violent bisexual community. And for years he got along just fine until he challenged their morality. And the moment he challenged their morality, the people of Sodom turned upon him and wanted to kill him. And apart from the grace of God, he would have been destroyed. Just as all Sodom was destroyed. There is a way that seems right to a man, to a woman, but the end leads in death. You see, if we don't take God into consideration, if we don't realize that we were made by him, that we were formed by him, and designed by him to make choices that bring honor to God. The folks of Sodom decided they didn't want to honor God, they wanted to honor themselves. And it looked like that they were doing great. Until one day they weren't. Don't make your choices based upon what you can see. Don't trust your eyes, no matter how attractive something looks. Add in, make your first priority in the choices that you make to be choices that bring honor to God. That's what you and I were designed for. We were designed to make choices, to validate our existence, to have authentic choices that bring honor to God. That's the missing component. It's not about what you think and I think and my preference and somebody else's preference. We were designed by God for the particular purpose of bringing honor to his name. That's what needs to control our choices. That's what needs to drive us. Lot made a choice that seemed wise to him and to the world around him. He just didn't enter into the idea that these were God's priorities. So it's a positive message. You can't trust your eyes, but you can trust the Word of God. And you were designed to make choices, but choices that bring honor to God. That's what validates us as humans. And that's the choice that is a wise choice. And that's what I'm going to leave you with tonight. So good to be with you here tonight in this first day of summer, experiencing God's faithfulness as the mosquitoes start to come out. Thank you so much for being here. Check us out everydaytalk247.com. If you haven't turned on post notifications, turn those on. Videos will come right to you. Thank you for your support and your comments. Q&A Friday. This Friday, send in your comments and questions. Remember, your choices matter, but they matter in relationship to bringing honor to your God. And that's the thought for this night. Thanks so much for being here. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.